boxes.
Yeah, I picked up myself some barefoot
All
Moscato
right.
we had here.
Berix. Oh, it tastes
So
good.
if you couldn't tell, we're in the Nomads.
Yeah, so it's connected to the internet.
Discord chat here, and he's getting ready to fly. I've changed plans here a little bit. I'm going to change the
All
title
right, so I
of all
got
this.
TeamSpeak going that nobody can hear on the stream. Hope everybody's having a grand Saturday night. Let me know if anything doesn't work on sound-wise. Music's too loud, VATSIM's too loud, I'm too loud, but why would I be too loud? I'm going to put Discord on the stream. Now I've muted it momentarily, but that's
Change the flight plan up a little bit
That's
here.
all the
No
funny
longer
sounds.
flying to Myrtle Beach today. No, we're going to be doing... Because Nomad is on the tower, we're going to be flying from Elmira, New York, Echo Lima Mike, to Toronto. I don't know how that's going to go. I've never done that before. I've never flown to a place like Toronto in a GA aircraft, so we're going to see how this goes. This should be... Well, it'll be something. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be a good thing or a bad thing, but we're going to try it. So I have to change my IFR here. Go KELM to CYYZ. I do not have an alternate plan for that.
JN, hello, buddy. How you doing?
All right, I'm going to mute him. All right, I'm streaming on the YouTube. Join me if you guys want to, and I'll hopefully see you in not too long. Don't be logging off as soon as I get into Toronto airspace, all right?
Dude, I'm here till 11 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay. Well, it might take me that long to get there, so good luck. All right, I'll talk to you later.
I'll pop in.
All right, buddy. Actually, where is he? Snare, tell him. Snare.
Yeah.
What's your link? Where's the link?
I got in the general tab. In the general, the lounge.
Okay,
the lounge.
The Bedouin Lounge. All right, I'm going to pop it in.
If you want to put it in the streaming one, that's cool, too.
There you go. Go check out Snare 17 in his Hyper Warrior or something.
That's right.
I don't know how to control VFR, by the way. I'm a busy IFR.
Oh, I'm coming IFR.
Oh, that's all right. Great. What's your speed on flying? You can do 160 to the marker?
Yeah, like half that, but yeah. You don't want me flying any faster, man. It'll get ugly. Oh, it's VFR up there. Maybe I will come VFR. We'll see.
You can duck in VFR. I'll try and squeeze you in.
All right. Let's hope the rest of your cronies that come before you don't do the same, or do the same. They don't just drop me off and tell me to scram.
I hope not.
Chewy in the chat, and Isaac the drummer. Isaac H. See, I'm going to have to get used to everybody's different names on YouTube because it's going to mess with me. People like use their real names on YouTube, I've realized. So that's awesome. Glad you guys are here. Yeah, the stream quality is addictive, is it not? This is what it's all about, man. This is why I'm doing this. So this is actually the airport I used to work at before.
All right, let's go back to the chat
okay.
since we're a little bit quiet so far. So actually, online we have fully staffed.
All right, I'm down in the in-flight crew link room now. Not going to have to listen to Nomad and his lovely voice. Let's see. I can... Yeah, it's Flight Simulator, buddy. Got the co-pilot here sitting right next to us. This is Elmira, New York, a tiny little airport in upstate New York. And it's of ample distance, we'll say, from Toronto. It's upstate New York, so it'll take us a little while to fly across the state. And then try to eventually end up in Canada. So this is the airport I used to work at. As I said, it looks a little different now. It has changed quite a bit, and you're not probably going to see any of that reflected in the scenery here. That's displayed. Marching band profile pic. I love it. Okay, well you're Isaac. You're the only Isaac that matters in my mind. Say that. I think I can safely say that. So anyway, this is where I used to work, and we're doing our flying in and out of here today. Little tiny FAA towered airport in upstate New York, right on the Pennsylvania border. In fact, no, we got some New York Center online today. Let's It's actually, it doesn't even show me at the airport. On VAT Spy, it shows me like as if I'm flying already. It has no idea where Elmira is. Okay, so the flight plan is not updated properly. That's something I gotta fix. I think I'm gonna go VFR. All right, so I'm trying to plan this out. I had a completely different flight planned out. It's gonna go from Greensboro to Myrtle Beach, do the whole IFR to the beach thing, because it's a really good day for that. This is going to be this is only a 151-mile flight. This is not going to be bad at all, man. We're going to fly over water, which is totally not okay. But Lake Ontario, piece of cake, right? What's the worst that could happen flying over water? What's the worst that could happen? Microsoft Flight Simulator from Steam or Xbox? I do it from Steam. Yeah, I was foolish enough to think that it would make a huge difference in download rates, like X-Plane, where X-Plane you can download from Steam super fast, and then I was like, oh, this is gonna download so fast right when it came out, and yeah, that's not the case. They of course have their stupid installer, Microsoft one, where you download the installer through Steam, but then the install actually happens through Flight Simulator, and it's ridiculously slow. Anyway, this is actually not even really a GA ramp. This is not an FBO over here. This is all these buildings were built for Sikorsky actually. And Corning glasses hangers over here. There's an EAA chapter based in this building over here. At least there was. I mean, this is all built by Sikorsky, the helicopter company. They built all of this stuff out here and then left the airport. Aren't even there anymore. And this is a Schweitzer aircraft that made gliders, and I was later bought by Sikorsky. And then there's all shopping and mall stuff out there. And then there's another Sikorsky building down there at the end. They did did all the finishing on Blackhawks, so Blackhawk helicopters. So we saw a lot of Blackhawk helicopters at this airport back in its heyday, but I don't think they do that anymore. So yeah, nice hangar there. FBO is Atlantic, I think it is, right over here. Yeah, Atlantic Aviation. Not a super busy airport by any means, any stretch of the imagination. All right, so it's VFR conditions, so I'm going to switch the flight plan with the VFR, and we're going to fly at 6,500, I think. 6,500 feet sounds bueno. And we're planning on just going direct, but I don't know. I'm going to have to fly around. So let's do this. Let's make a flight plan here that has actually fixes in it. So I'm going to go Buffalo to, I don't know. Let's see. What is that? Hamilton, Ontario. Then we'll go up to YYZ. There we go. That'll be better. Okay. That way we stay away from the water. So we have controllers on everywhere around us. So we're going to get some ATC here. They have no choice but to give us all the ATCs. Yeah, the whole East Coast. The Northeast is the one that's really got me surprised. And I think it's mostly for this Toronto event here. But it's good to see as much activity as we've got right here. So to aid me in this venture, you're not going to see this yet. I'm trying this out today, and we'll see how it goes. But I am going to be using my ForeFlight. Hi, Aaron. So, as I would in the real plane. The cool thing about my Flight Simulator is it integrates pretty nicely into ForeFlight, so I'm actually trying to kind of do some real-world type of ops here. Everybody, Take 5 is a very popular jazz song, Mr. Isaac. It's pretty hard not to know that. The Concord Blue Devils have played that a bajillion times for a little DCI drum corps reference. don't have mode C turned on right now. All right, let's get in the airplane. Let's start getting this baby going. All right, turn off the drone mode. I'm going to need a little elbow room here, buddy. Thank you. Okay, let's see. I'm going to turn off these yokes because the yokes don't do anybody any good. Whoever made use of a yoke in an aircraft, right? You know? You got the answers? Okay, so we'll turn the battery on. I don't know how we're doing on fuel. That might be... we got a little more than half fuel. I don't even know how to fuel this airplane up, to be honest. Is there a fuel thing here? Ready for takeoff, ready to start cold and dark, maintenance, oil quantity, recharge the battery. Okay, there's no fuel option. So I am assuming I have to fuel through the actual in-sim thing. So let's see if I can do that. Call for a fuel truck. What happens when I call for a fuel truck? Does a fuel truck move? Does a fuel truck come? Oh, that's not a fuel truck. Where is the fuel farm? Oh, there's a fuel truck coming. Way out there. If you can see this, you're welcome, because we're in 2K resolution. I think that's a fuel truck coming this way. Fuel farm is over there by the FBO. Look, the gates, the jet bridges aren't even attached to the terminal. That's awesome. That's what you want to see in a sim. Yeah, 5-4 time is a little odd. Well, I mean, I played exercises that were in like 11-16 and weird meters like that before. That's not that big of a deal. But on a set, man, on a kit, a 5-4 feel is very, 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 very different. Just letting some buddies know that we're on. So yeah, I'm using ForeFlight. I don't fly in real life really much anymore. So, we're not gonna press those buttons right there. That could be seriously dangerous. But thanks for asking. So I still have my ForeFlight subscription active. So we're gonna make use of that. I like ForeFlight a lot, and it's when I fly GA in real life, I actually have a Sentry that I have plugged in, so it gives me all the ADS-B data and stuff like that. So we're going to basically simulate those ops here. There's absolutely no weather to speak of in the area that we're in today, which is nice. All right, so we're going to do this here's, let's see, ForeFlight says that we're going to get about 5-knot tailwind heading out that way, so that's good. See if they can sneak us in someplace in terms of the VFR flow into Toronto. Okay. Climb speed. We're going to climb at about 80 knots. I don't know what the fuel flow is going to be. Cruise. Going for 90. Just setting up a basic performance profile here. So it's going to take us about almost 2 hours to get there. This says 182 miles with the route that I've put in, going over Hamilton and Buffalo. So maybe we'll get to see Niagara Falls on our way out there. I'm going to fill these tanks to the brim. Here's the fuel truck. See, it did come along. Well, hooray for that. And now we're done with... Hey, we got a bus here. The party. The forklift. We're going to need to get forklifted out of here. This is going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think. Okay. Well, let us get ready to get this show on the road. I'm going to take the tie downs and the chocks off, and then I'm going to turn this baby off. So we don't need that. Battery is already running. And I'm going to move over a smidge here. Is there not an avionics master switch in this one? Oh, there, it's right there. Bing. Okay, so that works. Okay. Gonna get started up. Okay, doke. What I need to do is get my Warrior 2 checklist up. That's what I really want. I'm gonna order a proper card, a proper hand, like little card, like decent checklist here eventually for this aircraft if I'm going to be flying it often. I kind of trying to. I think I want to definitely do some more flying with this stuff. All right. Here's weather, and we are on the ground in Elmira. I can even zoom in and get super detailed. Yeah, these taxiways are not up to date whatsoever in the sim. That's of no import. Elmira, New York. Here we go. All right, I'm going to open the vendor here. Window 1, and let's open the door up because it gets a little toasty in these things, even when it's not that warm outside. All right, a couple things I also want to do. Let's see, ball game start yet? It's not yet. I'm gonna have all sorts of stuff going on here at once. All right, BTAR for KELM. Let's do a search for that very quickly. I just want the most recent. All right, so it's 030 at 11, so I'm going to have to taxi the other end of the runway. Temperature 140, dew point -3, altimeter 299.3. So let's make sure we get the altimeter set now. Ding. Oh, look at that. Just like that, it's set. Amazing how easily that works. All right. So I'm not too concerned about... Well, I guess I'm going to West Center. So 132, 175 is what we're going to have to tune to eventually here. Gosh, there's so much ATC on. It's pretty impressive. Okay, I got the battery running. We can't leave this thing running forever. We got to get this thing a-going. So we're going to go up with the mixture. And when we have the mixture up, I'm just going to go ahead and cycle that a couple times because that helps get a little bit of fuel in the line without having to do the actual priming. It's a little on the warmer side, so we don't really need to worry about priming all that much. I'm going to just set the throttle slight up here. And by slight, I mean very slight. And let's see, we got to go anti-collision lights on. All right, before I make a fool out of myself yet again, I'm going to actually turn the fuel selector on. Because I've been trying to start this thing without any fuel on several times. Here we go. Well, clear, by the way. There we go. All right, good engine start. Alternator is on. Turn the nav lights on, too, since we got power to the aircraft. Now we'll come over here and say, hey, by the way, bing, avionics on. No arrival departure airport. No arrival departure airport. Why is this all weird? There he goes. Okay. All right. So we'll do some flight planning here. It's so odd to me that this stuff isn't working. It should automatically, the real world one would automatically pretty much know where you are after it aligns. I didn't give it time to align, so that probably has something to do with it. Okay, Buffalo. There we go. CYHM, Hamilton, Ontario. And CYYZ. A little dun 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 dun. Isaac, you should know the YYZ. The YYZ thing is dun 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 dun. That comes from the YYZ VOR. All right, it has messed all of this up. It's got this all in the wrong direction here. Okay. Remove. Get that out of there. Add an en route waypoint. So if I want to see, it's okay. Buffalo. Didn't work correctly. B-U-F. Buffalo. Tatanka. Okay. So insert before. CYHM. Am I doing this right at all? It does not appear that I am doing this correctly. Okay, so this one. Insert after. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing wrong. Okay, so we're going to get rid of... So, remove the waypoint. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to do insert after CYHM. There we go. All right. So now we got the distance that we're going to fly here. I'm going to set the frequency to 132.175. Enter. And switch it. Hello? New York Center, Snare 17, radio check on at Elmira.
Snare 17, New York Center, 555.
Thank you, sir. We'll be wanting to depart VFR here for Toronto, and we have the local weather and altimeter. Whenever I don't know if you want to control us to the runway or not.
Snare 17 affirmative. You'll be with me for taxi out. Did you want flight following?
Oh yes, we definitely want some flight following.
Snare 17 at Roger. Runway 6, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 10, via Elmira, altimeter 29.3.
Runway 6, taxi via Alpha, cross runway 10, and copy the altimeter. We'll do a quick run-up when we get down at the end for Snare 17.
Snare 17, Roger. Just give you a call when you're ready to go.
All right. So do we wait till we're airborne to get your squawk code, or you want to give that to us now? I didn't remember if you said it or not.
I'm assigning one now. I'll give it to you on the taxi out momentarily.
Roger. Okay. Time. I'm glad he allowed me to be so talkative. So we're gonna go ahead and pop the brake off, remove the brake, and look at that, we're taxiing already. All right. I have no idea where we're going here. Oh, your window and your door are open. Yeah, people, it's okay to taxi with the door open. It's done quite a bit. That's the only air conditioning you get in these things. Put the lock in on the flight yoke so I don't twist and stuff and screw anything up.
American 1856, runway 9 left, taxi via Kiva Whiskey, the Philly altimeter 2985.
I want to be tempted to try to use the flight yoke to taxi, to turn and steer while taxiing.
American 1856, just to confirm you did get the final altitude for level 2 tree zero. Thank you. And the Snare 17, squawk 7132.
7132 for Snare 17. Alright, this is already working better than last time. It's actually moving with the airplane. Somehow, the last time I got it to not be attached to the airplane, it's a touch screen, right? So you're supposed to be able to click and drag stuff around. But, seems to be working better now. Look, we got the proper lights on and everything. I think we do. It might be dark by the time I get there, in fact. That'll be interesting. I've had trouble getting this aircraft... Look at this. God, I hate the taxiway lights. I've had trouble getting this aircraft to trim properly, so we're going to be having to fight that for most of the flight too, I'm sure. Alright, it's got me a little fast on the ground here. 15 knots is good. Basically, you reference the GPS for your taxi speeds. We are cleared to cross runway 10, which will come up here at the end of the FBO ramp. Here's Atlantic Aviation. Terminal ramp, which looks completely different than that now. Hey, buddy. Oh, I love the taxi, the nice raised taxiway lights. Oh, shh. These are talking voices right now, okay, buddy? All right. Oh, she's cooking some bacon for dinner. It's going to be delicious. That's not all we're having for dinner, but that's going to be in the dinner. There's a self-serve pump. That's where it actually is in real life, too. And the fuel truck has decided to come back out again. It's going to cross right in front of me and drive right through me, isn't it? This is a nightmare scenario. This is how fireballs happen. It's very flammable, by the way. Yoink. There we go. Here's runway 2810. Crossing. Looking left. Looks good. Looking right. It's not very long. So there's no taxiway to the end of the runway, which is always fun. So when the party guys 10, they would often back taxi. Actually, there's a, I can't see it from here. There's a hangar that they built that blocks the view of the approach into that runway from the tower. So that was a debacle. There's that Sikorsky plant that I talked about where they were doing a bunch of work on where they did all the outfitting of the Black Hawk helicopters, which they didn't build the Black Hawk helicopters. What they did was they took a base product, like the base Black Hawk helicopter, tore all the basic stuff out of it and equipped it with whatever the purchaser wanted in it. It was whatever there was some top secret stuff they were putting in there. Not anything that I know specifically about, but they were doing testing with laser systems and stuff like that. So we had to put special domes out for all of that. All right, so we're holding short here at runway 6. So that's a pretty cool thing. And there was a bunch of them just hovering and doing all sorts of auto rotations and stuff like that, which is pretty unique. All right, so here we are holding short of runway 6. I'm going to do the parking brake here, and we're going to do a quick run up. Make sure I'm using my checklist for this and not just completely winging it. This is a emergency checklist that I've brought up here. That's not going to be helpful to me in this case. Let's see. I need like a real regular checklist if I could. Gosh, they're hard to find. Viper Warrior. That's emergency. I don't want emergency. All right, that's a little bit better. Oh, I need something bigger, guys. Come on. Give me something good here. Give me something good. Tell me something good. And Piper Warrior. Oh, man, they really make it. They really want you to buy these things. They don't give you good images of these at all. Okay, can I just see alright. I don't need the Warrior checklist pre-flight inspection. I don't need a pre-flight inspection. Okay, here we go. And clear the taxi unit and engine start before takeoff. There we go. Okay, circuit breakers, check that they're all in there. And check and set tower, load test, primer, flaps, blah, 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 da, 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 da. Where's the run-up, man? Run-up. Okay, brakes are set. Mixture is full rich. Fuel pump. We're going to turn the fuel pump on. All right, got fuel pressure up. That's a good thing to see. Fuel selector. I'm going to switch the tank to make sure that they're both working and we're still getting fuel. Okay, and fuel pump off. Check the pressure. We still have good fuel pressure. Okay. Up to 2,000 RPM we go. And it slammed the door closed when I did it.
Consider Southwest 3613 with you. Alpha flight level 334 to cross heating at
Just
flight
waiting for it
level
to come up to
3
2,000.
Southwest 3613.
There we go.
Southern Roger.
All right, check and make sure we're still in the green and everywhere. We are. Let's do a mag check. I'm going to go 2 clicks left to the right. And a little bit of drop there to the right only and go back to both. And up we go. And left only. A little bit of an RPM drop, not much. And back to both. Okay, we'll do the vacuum check. We are getting good vacuum. Between 4 and 6 is what we're looking for. We got that very, very nice. Really should be around 5, between 4 and 5, which is perfectly where it is. Annunciators, make sure we get all those checked. They are all showing, and nothing is currently selected. Engine instruments, we want to make sure we're all in the green. This is good, 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 good. Everything shows 0 here. This is nice and level here. 0 here, nothing moving. The ball's moving just a little bit, which is kind of what you would expect. And the heading is also good. Okay, for the throttle, turn the carb heat on, and then we'll check that there's a slight drop in RPM.
110, runway 9 left, good for takeoff.
A very slight one. That's good. Okay, so carb heat works good, and we are going to go back down to idle. All right, so we're done with our run-up.
Southwest 3613 across mark, add and maintain.
Boy, I had to remind myself of what the stinking runway numbers were at this airport. It's been so long.
At maintain flight
I've been
level
in
180, Southwest 3613.
I've been in North Carolina now for 6.5 years, so it's been a while. When you're not thinking about these things and you're thinking about a different airport every day, you lose the old airports really quick. All right, fixture set is required. I'm actually only supposed to bring the throttle down to 1,000 RPM, but there we go. Okay. Before takeoff, check the circuit breakers are all in. That is bueno. We love that. Flight instructor. We don't have a flight instructor. Comm radio is set to tower. Pitot heat. We don't need the pitot heat right now. Primer is in and locked. Yep, good. Flaps. Don't need any flaps for takeoff. Trim set both. Now, I don't have much of an idea where the takeoff trim is. Sometimes they have a notch on these, so I'm just going to give us a little trim back here a little bit. This is not the trim system I'm used to at all. I'm used to having a crank up here in the Cherokee that you have to actually physically turn, but they don't do the hand crank here in the Warrior. So, all right, trims set. Controls, we're gonna make sure they're all free and correct as I look out the window. Good. This side, free and correct. Back and forth. Back and forth works really nice. Okay. And the rudder is free and clear as well. Doors, windows secured. Let's go ahead and latch that. 2 latches on this to make sure it seals really well. And we'll go ahead and it's nice and quiet now. Woo! That little tiny piece of plastic makes a huge difference. Seat belts are secure as they're going to get. Briefing is complete. Air conditioner is off. There's no air conditioner in our Proper Warrior. That's kind of funny. Autopilot is off. Tower, need our clearance. We're not flying IFR. All right, we're ready to go.
Market 1856, thank you. Climb and maintain 12,000 to proceed direct to ditch.
And New York Center, Snare 17 on the ground at Elmira, holding short of runway 6, ready to go.
American 1857, it's maintain 12,000.
Acknowledged by ignoring me. All right, going to zoom out here a bit.
And Snare 17, roger. Left to on course approved. Wind 030 to 11, runway 6, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 6 cleared for takeoff. Left turn on course approved. Snare 17. Here we go. This is exciting. So we can rotate it in this aircraft at just 55 knots, but I usually like to get it going about 60 or so, 60, 65 before I pull back, because this plane gets up and goes really, really fast. We're full on fuel this time, so it might not go as fast as it has been, because I've been doing most of my flying in half fuel. So we'll see how this goes. Oh, did the thing where it locked the brakes on me again because I right-clicked. All right, they're not going to need all of this 8,000-foot runway. All right. And lined up. Come up to 2,000 RPM. Let the brakes go, and off we go. Full power. The Piper has a regular lateral guidance autopilot. So there's 60. We're going to rotate. And up we go, guys. Try to climb out about 75 knots. Need a lot of right rudder right now. These low speeds and climb out, you generally do have to really hold the rudder to the right. These low speeds. So 75 knots in the climb out. I can hardly hear him. There we go. Turn it up a little bit. New York Center, Snare 17, airborne climbing through 1,600, VFR to 6,500.
Snare 17, roger.
All right, left turn on course was approved, so here we go.
Snare 17 has limited radar coverage in that area. I'll let you know when I pick you up.
Roger. I love the real-world simulation of radar.
New York Center, American 52. What was that frequency again? Sorry about that.
125.32, 2532. Have a good
A
one.
little more turn still.
2532, American.
Coming to about 300 heading, and then I'm going to try to figure out.
1819 New York Center 5.
There we go. That's a good one. Actually, the trim's not all that bad. I'm only having to put a little bit of back pressure. Climbing out nicely, right up above the little hills here. The radar site is like, I think this might be it actually. That's like where the radar antenna is right there. Okay, so I want to try to figure this guy out here. How do I say I want to go direct to Buffalo? So I'm going to go direct. Select waypoint.
Kennedy 219 Roger, what airport are you at?
Activate. There he goes. All right.
Air Kennedy 219, stand by.
So I'm going to set the autopilot on and nav mode. It should be turning us right. There it goes. Okay. So it's bringing us right to join the line because we are just a little bit left of it. And it is banking us hard. That is not correct at all. That's because I got the rudder in. All right. Okay, it's doing its spinning in circles thing.
Air Kennedy 219, we're not covering Burrito tonight. You can ride your zone 122.8. Have a good night.
Airplane does some unexpected things still, let's just say. And we're flying.
Center 17, just verify small key mode C, please.
Road C now for Nair 17.
Thank you.
Okay, let's try that again. Autopilot's on. Make sure.
6363 New York Center, hello, climb on maintain flight level 320.
Autopilot just kicked off again. Something strange going on here. Okay, autopilot.
Center 17 radar contact. Maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR, Snare 17. So it does have autopilot, and I'm hoping it kicks on.
1486 New York Center, roger.
It doesn't do altitude, though. It only does lateral. And... okay, I see the problem. There we go. Buddy, I'll help you get your sandals in a little bit, okay? Alright, let's get back on a good heading here again. Oh man, the sun is burning my eyes, my retinas here. Okay, now we're on an intercept heading. You're so fast. There we go. Little mixture. Alright, autopilot on, nav mode. Alright, it's banking us right just a little bit, hopefully not too much.
Southwest 3613 cross mark, add and maintain 13,000. So they look
and leveling off, good.
Alright,
so it is bringing us to the line.
Cross mark at maintain 13,000, copy altimeter Southwest 3613.
Yeah, Southwest 3613, actually disregard. It'll be
a little bit of power back here.
To the altimeter 29902.
Roger, finally at 13,000, altimeter 29902, Southwest 3613.
5,500.
And Southwest 3613, we have Edith Zulu on board.
3613, roger.
Dude, you gotta calm down. You gotta calm down. All right. Sorry, dealing with the kids. Ugh. All right, we're cruising. Beautiful country. This is the Finger Lakes region of the upstate here. This is the Chemung River. Corning, New York right here. Home of Corning Glass. Your girlfriends and wives probably know about it. There's Seneca Lake. Watkins Glen, the racetrack, is like right over here. That's Seneca Lake? Maybe Seneca's over here. Alright, it's about time to bring power back. Alright, about 2200 RPM.
New York American 2213, flight level 340.
17, Cleveland Center, 128.0. Have a good night.
Leaned out the fuel mixture a little bit. Oh, the sim's always looking nice, Isaac. You know this.
Snare 17, contact Cleveland Center, 128.02. Correction. 128.62. Have a good night.
128.62 for Cleveland Center, Snare 17. Thanks. We'll see you later.
The other aircraft calling in New York, that answer.
All right. Cleveland Center, hello. Snare 17 with you. 6,500 headed towards Buffalo.
Snare 17, Cleveland Center, good evening.
So yeah, the thing about flying this part of New York is, as I put the VAT spy up here, is we came off of Elmira, which is right here, and that puts us directly pretty much on the border of New York Center, and actually it's kind of in three corners. Got New York Center here, Cleveland Center here, and Boston Center right there. So it's way up in that northwest corner of New York Center's airspace. So we'll be flying out here to Buffalo, then across to Hamilton, and into good old Toronto. There's just a slight bit of nose down trim. Sun's still kind of in our eyes. I'm going to move over just a smidge here. Alright, so we're going to zoom way out here for this to really make any difference. So you can see, right, these are called the Finger Lakes. Finger Lake region of New York is very, very pretty. There's several of them. This is Cayuga Lake. This is Seneca Lake. And again, right here is Watkins Glen, where this is Cayuga Lake, and I don't remember what the rest of them are called. Very, very pretty lakes. There's Cayuga, Seneca.
Level 240.
This is one of the deepest lakes, I think, in the country. It is super deep in there.
600 Cleveland Center, good evening. Send via the tribe for arrival. Cleveland altimeter 2993.
Oh, I need to cut back some speed a little bit.
Altimeter 2993.
Just really still climbing. A little more nose down. Trimming this out is going to be fun. Oh yeah, a lot of green country out here, and it is very nice. There's some Amish that are from this area. They're not all just from Pennsylvania and Virginia and Ohio. So the
Legion 8790.
this lake right here, Cayuga. You say K-I-T-H, right? See, now I've done it. I don't remember. I don't know how to get it back. I don't know how to get it back once I clicked. Oh my goodness, I'm terrible. How do I get it back to the airplane? I don't know. Anyway, this lake right here, you see K-I-T-H. That's Ithaca. That's where Cornell University is. And also Ithaca College, but yeah, mainly Cornell. How do I get it back on there? Oh, see, I just messed everything up. Oh man, I'm messing things up good here. I had this problem last time as well. Everything seems to still be working kind of normally. All right, it's back. Yeah, nobody cares about departure airport. This needs to be on the flight plan page. That makes things easier. Have one on the flight plan, one on the map. That's kind of the ideal setup here, I think. All right, we're still climbing. Trying to pitch for speed, but it's this is the problem I'm having with this airplane. It porpoises like crazy. And so trying to figure out a way to fix that. Constantly fighting the vertical speed. You can see right now it's kind of level, but it was bouncing up. Well, maybe I just have it pitched well now. Let's see if I can pitch it down a little bit to try to lose a little altitude. Just got to trim it out a little bit better, I guess. Oh yeah.
Colonel 1431, just confirm you're clear to descend by the Tribe 4 arrival.
Mr. Restrainer, send now for Colonel.
Thank you.
Okay.
United 832, contact Cleveland Center.
We are bleeding a little bit of that
125.42.
altitude off.
2542, good day, United 832.
Look at that, pretty countryside, man. This sim is awesome, just for this very reason. And it's, you know what, it's the thing that I like about it, and the reason I'm even doing this right now is because it makes VFR flying like actually possible and actually fun. Cayuga Lake there, we've actually done some camping up here on the north side of it. It's a pretty cool little campground right up there by Cayuga College.
Legion 8797, contact Washington Center 133.72. Good night.
Washington Center 133.72.
And center for Snare 17. I'm not sure if you have it in the plan here, but our plan on our trip to Toronto is to go over Buffalo and then Hamilton Airport to stay away from the lake.
Snare 170, I have it. That'll be fine.
Roger. I think we're going to get some nighttime flying here also.
Snare 17, will you need a descent over top of Buffalo for whatever reason?
No, we were not planning to land at either of them. We're just going to be overflying.
Okay, copy.
That's a pretty common question actually in real life too, is when you see someone file kind of in their flight plan that, oh, we have multiple airports, like, well, do you want to do practice approaches? You want to do some touch and goes? What are you planning on doing? No, we're just going to overfly. Because a lot of times it says, hey, there's KBUF, KBUFF. There's multiple airports. Do you plan to land? You know, it's kind of ambiguous to ATC. So we always like to kind of know what you're planning on doing. So
Colonel 1431, contact Cleveland approach 124.00. Good night.
So good on him for asking.
2400, Colonel 1431, see you.
This is where we're going to be fighting it. So normally I would want to pitch for speed and then trim. Use the trim, kind of get it with use the yoke to kind of get a good level, and then yeah, I'm having to put a little bit of back pressure, so a little bit of nose down. And then you let go and see if it'll hold it. That's pretty good. Okay, cool. So I think we've got it pretty well pitched. It's gonna wander on us a bunch because that's just seems to be what airplanes do. But let it do its thing. It'll calm down here in a minute.
Cleveland Center, good evening, Southwest 813, 10,014.
Southwest 813, Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain level 230.
230, 813.
Cleveland Rocks, FedEx 87 Heavy.
And as you hear some hit some air pockets and stuff, it will
FedEx 87 Heavy, Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain level 270.
change up on you a little bit.
Level 270, FedEx 87 Heavy.
Using my flight yoke would have been the thing to do right now. I don't have a passenger. I don't really need that down. So it changes the shadows when you do that. That's good. expected behavior. Okay, so I actually went the wrong way with the trim. I went nose down when I needed nose up. One more little notch here. I like it. Okay. What's the message? Set course.
FedEx 87 Heavy, contact Cleveland Center 128.02.
Well, sure, by suite 12802, FedEx 87 Heavy, see ya.
I didn't want to do that. There we go. So yeah, so the altitude hold for your autopilot is your trim wheel. That's basically what you use to maintain altitude. In a situation like this, you don't really use the trim wheel to climb and descend. So in this case right here, you actually want to use just let a little power out. Drop a little altitude, then we'll push it back up.
613 Cleveland Center, good evening, clearance request number 1, stand by.
Southwest 813, our sim crash.
Southwest 813, roger.
Yeah, see, this is unstabilized the whole thing.
942 Heavy with you through 21-2 for 230.
Aircraft is very sensitive to changes in power and trim.
Giant 942 Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain flight level 270.
270, Giant 942.
United 485 Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain flight level 230.
So I have a way of turning it, or does it just go up and down? It just goes up and down, it looks like.
Delta
Not sure it's going to help us much
you're
longer.
clear to Chattanooga, Kelvin 2, departure stays as filed. Climb via SID, departure will be with me, it's clock 5746. Delta 613, reback correct, spec 4, right for departure, call for taxi.
Cleveland Center, Ansett 1450, flight level 220.
What's the call sign?
Ansett 1450, AAA.
Ansett 1450, Cleveland Center, climb maintain flight level 270.
270, Ansett 1450.
Giant 942, contact Cleveland Center 128.02, good night.
12802, Giant 942, Heavy, good night.
Let's get that visor down again. It's just bright. Trying to trim this thing out. It's not easy. I'm trying to figure it out here, guys. Gosh, look how fast it got again. All right. I added power, so this is kind of all my fault.
This is our 1450, contact Cleveland Center 128.02, good night.
128.02, Ansett 1450.
Trying to lose the altitude.
United 485, contact Cleveland Center 119.87, good night.
So eventually, gosh, there goes porpoising on me again. Eventually what I'm going to try to do is get an iPad view on the stream so you can kind of see what I'm seeing on 4Flight. The cool thing that 4Flight has is it has sort of your ring of your glide ring. It shows a little circle, like if you lost your engine right now, what is within gliding distance? What airports can you make it to? Right now, it's a pretty good little range, actually. There aren't actually any airports in this part of the country that I can actually land at in the circle right now, but we're coming close to some. So that's the biggest worry in GA.
Contact Cleveland approach 124.00.
Always worried you're going to lose an engine. All right, I gotta get some serious nose down trim here. A little more. All right, I went
Walker
a little
167,
far.
Cleveland Center, good evening, climb
We're getting
maintain level
stable.
230.
Yeah, 4 Cleveland centers. It's craziness. 4 Cleveland centers and not many people flying in this part of the country. All right, stabilizing. So I'm going to need a little bit of back pressure now. A little nose up. Well, it's still a little nose up. Just going by how much pressure I'm having to put on the yoke just to keep it level. Alright, so maybe 3 notches. 1, 2, 3. See how that works. Nope, still need more. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. Okay, now that was too much, so a little more down. Oh, I think we got it. I think we got it, guys. And is it going to hold there? Keep looking at vertical speed now. Problem with vertical speed and like the turn coordinators, they're delayed. There's a delay in these, so they're not. Yeah, we're getting some varying wind and pressure conditions here, which is going to make this bob up and down a little bit. It's kind of normal. But if you're able to go full hands off, that's kind of the goal. It's not super realistic to be hands off for too long, so like I'm having to kind of just fight this a little bit. This is why having my yoke, I gotta get my yoke, man. I've got it, it's just not connected. I've been fighting it because I don't like setting it up.
Still 1071 Cleveland Center, good evening, descend via the KISS 2 arrival, metro altimeter 29908, plan for
Talking about Detroit, I think.
Alright, continue KISS 2, 29908.
Yeah, the arrows are pretty cool. The reason I don't have the arrows, I wanted something that was as close to the aircraft that I learned how to fly in as possible. I learned in a Cherokee 140 with a 160 conversion, so it's very similar to the Warrior. They're almost the exact same airplane. The avionics, obviously, it didn't have this nice avionics in the plane that I learned to fly in, but they're super, super similar, and so I'm very familiar. I know how it works and how it kind of performs, and it's a nice transition. Now, the Arrow, I've flown in an Arrow a couple of times. I don't know how. I am not really familiar with constant speed props, so I have some homework I have to do, and I was actually looking at some videos on that today, as I need like a constant speed props for dummies type of tutorial or something to teach me how just exactly what the theory is behind a prop lever and a manifold pressure level.
Cleveland Center, Executive 804 coming up on 14,000.
I don't know what they.
Executive 804 Cleveland.
I kind of have an idea what they do, but I don't.
230 Executive 804.
I don't know which one's appropriate.
Walker 767. It's up to you.
Which one's appropriate to use in which phase of flight and stuff like that. I just don't know that. So I have a little gap in knowledge that I got to fill in before I feel comfortable doing that. And then actually the sky's kind of the limit. I don't know if I'm even going to fly the Arrow much, because that gadget, that 310 that you clicked.
Delta 9052 climbing for flight level 230.
Click spot for level flight.
Delta 9052 Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain flight level 270.
270.
Oh, actually, nav is what I want to be on right now. There we go. But yeah, there's keeping the nose level is. Oh, geez, it's doing this roll thing on me again.
Turkish 63,
right,
Cleveland Center, good evening, cross Iston at 17,000, Toronto altimeter 3002.
It doesn't want to maintain heading correctly. You can tell me where the click spot is. That would be super duper. I feel like it's still trying to come to the... Still kind of trying to roll, which is not right. Alright, let's try this again. Autopilot on, nav. It should come slight right. It shouldn't go hard right. It's going hard right. Is it going to come back? That's the question. It's coming back. Okay, it's coming back. Give it a chance here. It's going to be chasing because, well, I guess that's actually pretty good.
Delta 9052, contact Cleveland Center 128.02. Good night.
Right now, I'm just having a hard time trimming it out. Gadget.
Who was the other aircraft calling?
I don't know if that's a. I don't think that's an airplane limitation. I think that's a sim limitation.
Delta 613, runway 4 right, Yankee 2, taxi by Julia.
Because I've had that problem with a lot of planes. They are super twitchy, and the pitch is, the trim settings just
Center,
too much.
American 277 with you.
I've got it pretty close to trimmed out here.
Passing 180 out.
Just a little
American
nose, one notch of nose
Cleveland
down
Center,
here.
good evening, climb maintain flight 270.
270, American 277.
But it porpoises quite a bit in the air.
Cleveland Center, TBM November 432 Bravo Hotels with you out of 9,700 for 11 south.
TBM 2 Bravo Hotel, Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain flight level 230.
Alright, while we're here, I might as well get my Volanta fired up.
Good evening, climb and maintain flight level 230 for November 2 Bravo Hotel.
Active flight, yeah, the Cherokee.
Walker 767 cross single, flight level 190. Cross single, flight level 190, Washington. Endeavor 34, 45, Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain flight level 230.
Center, good evening, Millennium 508, 34-5, descending clouds, pressure 240.
Millennium 508, Cleveland Center,
It's
good evening,
leveled out somewhat well, I guess. We're still climbing it just a smidge. Alright, so the nav mode on the autopilot's working now. Okay, so there. I just feel like that's not very realistic, but we'll go with it.
Jazz 8690, Cleveland Center, good evening, climb maintain flight level 270. 270, Jazz 8690.
But thank you for that, Gadget. Yeah, this airplane is fun. So I want to fly that Milviz 310 that you were flying yesterday or the day before, I forget what it is. So that's why I'm like, I want to learn how to fly a constant speed prop so I can go move up to a twin engine and then fly something that's a little bit faster, a little more practical for long cross countries. Something that isn't going to perform so terribly on big events into really busy airports like this aircraft. So I hope they're not too busy on final when we get there, because we're going to slow things down.
Sure, I'm ready when you are, Executive 804.
But thanks for the tip on the altitude hold. I'll try that here in a second if I can ever. I'm fighting it like crazy. It's really wanting to. This is the nature of GA flight actually. Without having an autopilot, is you're constantly correcting, just making small little corrections. Yeah, that 310 looks amazing, Gadget. It looks super realistic, which I am like all about. All right, I clicked it. Let's see what it does.
November Yankee Valerie 5.
So it's gonna auto. Oh, look, it's auto pitching. That's awesome.
All right, Delta
We're locked in.
Yankee, and then the Valerie
I just get to kick
5
back now.
arrival into
I can actually go eat a meal. Wow, that's a game changer.
When able, direct to Lansing.
We've got altitude hold,
804, thanks.
and it's right on the money. But anyway, yeah, the nature of flying an aircraft like this is you're constantly having to repitch, rechange things, because it's never just perfect. In fact, we're lucky that the wind isn't pushing us all over, because I would under a lot of normal circumstances have to actually hold a little rudder in. And your autopilot doesn't know anything about how much rudder you're putting in, so it's always going to be kind of turning to try to compensate for the rudder that you have in on the aircraft, and that can get funky. When you have just to keep it coordinated and on course, you have to do the rudder. Otherwise, it flies really, really strange. So it's cool that we're able to do it kind of like we're doing here. So Gadget, how do I get to the the GTN 750 to center back on the airplane. Because every time I click it, it does the touchscreen thing where it takes me off of it, but it doesn't come back. So how do I get it to come back to the airplane? It does these weird things. This behavior is just so strange. Dansville. That's what we got coming up. Oh, it's just, man, this thing got all messed up. All right, so let's go back out. Oh, hit the back button. There you go. Okay, so then we're going to do CYHM. Now, see, this is... Oh, no, activate leg. Okay, now we've really gone and fouled things up. Heading hold.
Contact Cleveland Center 128.02.
God, this thing is so stupid. Okay, so now we have nothing.
128.02 American.
KGSO. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to say, okay, this is not how the real GTN works, but you know what?
613, runway 4 right, clear for takeoff, wind 0011.
And then CYYZ. Okay, we've got the active leg set. Going to go autopilot on, heading hold. And we've lost the altitude. Yeah, the back button was the key. I just figured that out, so...
JetBlue 444, Cleveland Center, climb, maintain
there we go.
230.
So we're good on the flight plan. This thing just is so screwy. Okay, set course to 312. I do like the course help that it gives you.
Endeavor 4997, Cleveland Center.
To kind of help get you on to the proper course. Map.
American 601, you with me?
Where's my flight plan? There we go. Okay, so we're set in 312, good. And now if I click nav mode, it should be able to take us there. This is the active leg. Distance to go.
767, contact Toronto Center 133.30. Good night.
All right, why isn't it showing up on the map?
13330, auction 67.
Cleveland, West 665.
Whatever, man.
Passing flight level 200 for 230.
WestJet 8.
It seems to be flying us in the proper direction. Yeah, now it's not. Now I don't have a magenta line.
0685.
American 601, Cleveland Center.
We are climbing like crazy. All right, let's nose down a bunch.
American 601, climb, maintain fall 270.
270, American 601.
Speed's going to go up 110 knots right now, which is not bad. I don't mind that. So yeah, so how do I get the magenta line back? I've flown with a 650. I have not flown with a 750. I know they're kind of the same, but I don't have that much experience. I got to start using the simulators or something. Do I have to activate the leg?
Executive 804, contact New York Center 132.17. Good night.
13217, Executive 804, good night.
So a direct to. So in my experience, I should be able to click Buffalo, and there should be a button that says direct.
Over to Cleveland Center 125.42, JetBlue 440.
So I could do direct, and then...
I have a contact
I shouldn't have to do these things. Activate.
Contact Toronto Center 133.30.
Okay. What's this? What's this white line? Did I put Greensboro on the flight plan? What is it?
Walker 671, Cleveland
I did.
Center, climbing 19,000 direct single.
That's why this is so weird. All right. Let's just remove that. Let's get rid of it. Oh gosh, here we go again. All right, Elmira. That's why there was no line, because the airport that I departed was nowhere near where we are.
Endeavor 3445, A-firm, contact Cleveland Center 125.42.
Who'd have thunk that user error would be the culprit here, right? Who would have ever thunk that? Oh gosh, here we go.
24,
Remove
contact,
the fix.
Cleveland Center 125.42.
The fact that it even makes me do these things is just kind of ridiculous. Okay, so after CYYZ. There we go. Okay, now I'm happy.
Delta 613,
It's
radar
happy.
contact,
It's showing me the
climb,
line.
maintaining flight level 230.
And we're still super nose up. Okay, come on. Down, 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 down.
1071, you want the visual approach?
There we go. That's better.
1071.
Okay, from do you want a visual approach for 4 left?
Visual screen.
Okay.
Sometimes you gotta make some extreme inputs to get things done in these aircraft. Yeah, the direct is on the right side of the bezel,
Diamond
actually. But
17 Golf, Cleveland Center.
it's
good
the European right.
Evening, via Parker St.
The European left, right? Which is the same thing as the American right. Some sort of metric conversion, I'm sure, is involved. All right, now it should be really trimming out. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. All right. I'm going to come back to 2200 RPM. There we go. Watch it trim all that out for me. Oh, it's nice that it takes all the work out of it for you.
Westchester 685, we'd like to new climb.
I'm not liking this. It's still not...
WestJet 860, correction, WestJet, yeah, WestJet 685, contact
All right, let's
Cleveland
come
Center
back a few
125.42.
degrees.
Parker
Nav.
Cleveland 125,
Right, heading.
142.
Air Canada 702, climbing team flight level 270.
We're working on it, man. We're working on it. And this should start coming. This little line should start coming back. Or not.
Delta 241, Cleveland Center, climbing team flight level 230.
Let's go to 330. So we're going to be outside of
Air Canada 702,
tolerance here in a second. All learning, guys. We're all learning. Some cool windmills. I love that they added
Delta
windmills in.
1071, descend and maintain 4,000.
Because there really are a ton of them out there. Notice he hasn't said a peep to me in a while. Okay, now the magenta line's coming back. Cruise, yeah, so I understand that that's what the book says, but in real life, nobody uses 2400. You just burn too much fuel.
804, contact New York Center 132.17.
What does it want? 312 now? Alright, nav mode. Armed.
Cleveland Center, good evening. Brickyard 303 at flight
Bring me to that line.
0 for flight level 230.
Brickyard 303, Cleveland Center, climb maintain flight level 270.
Climb flight level 270, Brickyard 303.
Air Canada 702, Cleveland.
I guess we could go to 24. Get us there a little faster, I suppose. Right around 90 knots is where we should be indicated. It's all about lean of peak flying. So I think the progression that I want to go through with GA aircraft is I want to get good at flying, a little bit better at flying this plane, then go to the RV-14. So that will be my intro to constant speed props, and then start moving in. I don't want to really want to fly an Aero, but that RV-14 is a rocket ship, man. That thing flies. So maybe jump into that and then go to like a 310, which is going to be kind of disappointing, I think, because it is a lot slower than the RV. So maybe I'll just stick with the RV and not even go with the 310.
Number 432 Bravo.
But I love the GTX touch, the G3X touch that the RVs have. Oh man, I've watched so many videos on those. Those things are the real deal. It's like the GTN 750 interface, like with a huge touch screen that has way more info on it. So it's that's kind of what I want to try to get to eventually. All right, I think I've got everything set up here. Nav is working well. We're on the line.
241, contact Cleveland Center 125.42. Good night.
It's just a little temperamental, which takes some getting used to. All right, so we're at 2,400 RPM, a little fast, in fact. I'm gonna throttle back just a little bit to kind of get it there, and then we're gonna try to tune in the
241,
mixture.
Cleveland Center 125.42.
25 is not full MP.
All right, a little less fuel again. So I'm leaning it, trying to go lean of peak here.
Delta 1071, turn left heading 090
right, so
vector to
I think I was kind of right in the spot.
10 o'clock and 10 miles per second.
Good. All right, so we got leaned way out.
Who was the JetBlue checking in?
So our fuel flow is probably pretty low right now.
JetBlue
Good suction.
3941 Cleveland Center, climb maintain below
Okay,
230.
this is the kind of the normal flows. Just constantly checking to make sure everything. And then we're gonna go ahead and flip to the left fuel tank.
125.42.
We've been burning plenty out of the right tank. It kind of creates a little bit of an imbalance. Look at all the windmills, guys. It's coming down to nighttime here, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on the... I don't need the landing light, but anti-collisions are all on.
13, 16, flight level 280.
Good.
Walker 1316, Cleveland Center. Good evening, cross Isnet 17000, Toronto altimeter 3002.
Cross Iston 17000, Walker 1316.
I think that's the screenshot right there.
Endeavor 4997, contact Cleveland approach 124.00. Good night.
Get a little bit of a halo around the snare 17 part.
3941, speed your discretion.
Maybe that's a little bit better. Let's try that one. Bing. Oops.
Delta 1071, clear visual approach 4 left.
Oh gosh. Come on, get that thing off my screen. There we go.
Center, good evening.
That's better.
1226, sending level 300 for 280.
All right, into Volanta.
JetBlue 1226, Cleveland Center, good evening, cross Isnet 17000, 250 knots, Toronto altimeter 3002.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one time?
JetBlue 1226, cross Isnet 17000, Toronto altimeter 3002.
Oh, it did both of them. I didn't want that.
I'm sorry, can you spell the waypoint for us for 1226?
Alright, so that one's got...
Got it, thank you.
Which one looks better? Oh yeah, I like that one better. So we're gonna can this one.
JetBlue 441,
oh, so pretty. Better in the sim than it is on the screenshot.
Cleveland Center, Air Canada.
Still got a ways to go, guys.
You at flight level 230.
Air Canada 702, Cleveland Center, good evening, climate team below 270.
Let's put it in flight plan mode. So we got about 17.5 miles to go till we're over Buffalo. 54 to Hamilton. And then 33 to Toronto.
JetBlue 3941, contact Cleveland Center 125.42.
And we're doing really well speed. We're doing 119 knots over the ground. We got a tailwind, so that's helping.
Contact Cleveland Center 119.87. Good night.
Starting to see the Charlie airspace for the Buffalo coming up.
Delta 241, contact Cleveland Center 125.42. Good night.
Lake Erie over here. No, it's not Lake Erie. That's Lake Michigan, right? Lake Erie's right here.
Air Canada 702.
No, that is Lake Erie.
Contact Cleveland Center 128.02.
Isn't it? I don't know.
128.02, Air Canada 702.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Gotcha. Yeah, this is Lake Erie. Look at my terribly unstraight line.
Walker 1316 traffic.
Oh, we got a friend request from Gadget.
2 miles southbound.
Hello, Gadget.
Looks like 737.
You've been accepted.
270.
Yeah, we've got traffic. Walker 1360.
Yeah, this is Ontario. This is Erie.
Walker 1360. Thanks. Maintain visual sub.
So that's Lake Erie.
Who was the other aircraft called?
Might have to actually go with the red light pretty soon if I can figure out how that works.
1330, Cleveland Center, good evening, climate team level 230.
230,
Delta 1071, runway 4 left, clear land, wind 0011.
Cleveland Approach, good evening, W441, would you fly over 250?
Walker 671, contact Toronto Center 133.30.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Significant wind, I'm sorry, Walker 671. 133.30. 133.3 Walker 671.
So I've kind of flown right by
Send by the Tribe 4, Cleveland altimeter 2995.
Rochester. Actually, we didn't. Rochester's a little further north of us, northeast of us now.
Snare 17, contact Toronto Center 133.30.
133.30 for Toronto Center, Snare 17, thank you. Alright, 13330. Enter and click up here and transfer.
Walker 671, Toronto Center, good evening. Current information in Toronto is Echo. Expect runway 06 right, and when ready to descend 7,000 on 3002.
Information Echo on board.
We're coming for you, Mr. Robinson. Hope you don't mind. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Toronto Center, good day. Canada 451.
It's a different song, isn't it? If you know who Mr. Robinson is, say so in chat.
Good evening. Current information in Toronto is Echo. Expect runway 06 right and descend 15,000, 15,000. All right, China 15, 15,000. Canada 415. And Air Canada 415, altimeter 3002. All right, thanks. We have
2 Toronto Center controllers on. Very nice.
Center Delta 433, 15-6 climbing. Delta 433, Toronto Center, good evening.
Toronto Center, Snare 17, 6,500.
Snare 17, Toronto Center, good evening. Walker 671, expect runway 05.
It's pretty.
Thank you. Walker 671.
It definitely changes the color and everything of what you're able to see when you move that around. Good on them for including it. I think it makes it easier to see. A screeny shotty here. Boom.
Northwest 11, contact Cleveland Center 128.625.
It's kind of funny that the handoff they just gave me was sort of like a jet handoff. We're so far away from the border. We're not even to Buffalo yet. I would not have handed myself off that early. Alright, so we're just about in range where we can safely glide to Buffalo Airport from here, which is right down here. It's right in front of us. 6,500 feet. We have it's definitely within our glide range. And with the tailwind, it'll put us past that, actually. Lancaster, what's EQR's Buffalo Lancaster Airport should be right out over here. Is that it right there?
132.8 for Canada 405.
Lancaster Airfield. Oh, Buffalo Lancaster should be like right below us. Yeah, there it is. Doesn't actually look all that busy there at the CYYZ Air Traffic Control Center.
Toronto departure United 746, requesting flight level 300.
United 746, I'm just handing you off to Cleveland. Stand by, contact Cleveland 128.625 and no climbing.
Copy that, 128.625 for Cleveland Center. Thanks for the ATC. Have a good night, United 746.
Delta 433, contact Toronto Center 125.775.
A little bit of the Nomad stream here.
Canadian 251, just be advised we need to get you 10 miles from Belgium.
Air Canada 405, Toronto Center, good evening. Climb, descend, correction, descend 15,000, 15,000. Toronto altimeter 3003.
200 followers and climbing is Mr. Nomad.
And Air Canada 405, expect runway 06 right.
Ground tower, Golden 00 plus 01. Turkey 6363, next contact ground 1265, next one. Play 323, departure 1288, good day.
1288, Canadian 323.
All right, sun's about to set on us, guys.
767 Toronto Tower, good evening, wind is 1307 knots, clear land 106 right.
Clear land 6 right, 600.
So we do weird stuff in Canada, probably in the States as well, but yeah. Ground does all the runway crossings, coordination, so I'm getting coordination in my ear, that's why.
Arrival at Buffalo Waypoint, coming up. Just about got a turn coming up here in just a second. 1.3 nautical miles.
1316, 17,000.
Walker 1316, Toronto Center, good evening. Descend 12,000, altimeter 3003.
Descend 12,000, Walker 1316.
And Walker 1316,
Stinks.
expect runway 06 right.
Stinks because you can't actually see the airport when you fly right over it.
1006, hey, good evening.
There's Buffalo. Not the world's largest, but still a respectable airport.
Toronto Center, good evening. JetBlue 1226, 90,000%. JetBlue 1226.
Absolutely nothing going on there in Bad Sim at the moment.
12,000, altimeter 3003.
All right, so you get an idea of our progress here.
And JetBlue 1226, expect runway 06.
We departed Elmira. We've flown all the way to Buffalo. That is the longest leg here, but now we've got out. We're going out towards Hamilton, and then there. So it's still kind of a long couple of legs.
Walker 1316, contact Toronto
But
arrivals.
it shouldn't be too bad. I'm going to flip up the visor here.
132.8, Walker 1316.
Walker 671, contact arrivals 132.8. See ya.
Go to arrivals 132.8, Walker 671, see ya.
Hopefully this has nighttime mode built in because it's going to need to get a little bit lighter.
American 332, Toronto Center, good evening.
Wow, that's never... I'm sure that doesn't actually change the volume of the comm. Niagara Falls should be just right out here somewhere. Shall it not? Does it not even show it in this? Seriously? Well, there's no Niagara Falls. Well, that needs fixed. That needs fixed this instant. The letdown. Why would anybody fly out here? It's supposed to be like right here. You're trying to tell me that that line is it? And that ain't right, man.
Toronto Center, good evening, Air Canada 406, 12,500 for 232.
Air Canada 406, Toronto Center, good evening.
Is it further north? I mean, maybe it's up there. I think it's right here.
Air Canada 405, contact arrivals 132.8. See ya. 132.8, Air Canada 405.
Well, maybe it's over here. I don't know. I thought it was right there, where these two rivers kind of meet, but I guess I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm not sure what exactly we were looking at there. Does Volanta have something for me here? It's Niagara River. I thought where it comes together was supposed to be it.
421, flight level 250, descending flight level 240.
Air Canada 421, Toronto Center, good evening. Descend 15,000, 15,000, altimeter 3003.
3003, descend 15,000, Air Canada 421.
JetBlue 1226, contact arrivals 132.8.
Yeah, it should be.
132.8 for JetBlue 1226.
I'm pretty sure that's where it's supposed to be, is like right down there. Man, I feel ripped off.
American 332, contact Toronto Center 125.775. American 332, Toronto. American
Toronto
332,
Canadian
Toronto.
323 with you passing through 13,000.
Canadian 323, Toronto Center, good evening. American
Toronto
332.
Center, American 332 with you. Sorry, did I miss a call?
Yeah, American 332, contact standby.
They call themselves Canadian, as opposed to Air
American
Canada.
332, contact Toronto Center 125.775.
Roger, over to Toronto
My
Center.
gosh, a lot's happened in this ball game. I haven't even been watching it.
Air Canada 406, contact Toronto Center 125.775. Center 25775. Air Canada 406.
Wow. Wilmer Flores hit a grand slam. Very nice. We like that. We like all those things.
Air Canada 421, contact arrivals 132.8. See ya.
I got Brandon Bell back in the lineup. Starting to come together. All right. Well, it's gonna start getting pretty dark on us. Oh, we got an EGT. I didn't even realize this was over here. All right, so that's where we're gonna kind of mess with Richard Peak, clean up peak stuff. All right, right at 2,400 RPM. Not sure if you can see that all that well. I think you can. Do I have the red light? That's the one thing I want to figure out here. There we go. Now we're cooking. Piper aircraft always have the little red light up there. Doesn't ruin your night vision. I don't think we're quite ready for that yet, so just stay with regular lights here. And then if I can find a way to dim these lights are super freaking bright. There, okay, there we go. Panel light down a little bit there. Can I dim the GTNs? Unknown.
323, contact Cleveland 128.625.
128.625, Canadian 323.
Distance go about 38.5 miles to Hamilton, Ontario. Then we'll make our turn for Toronto. Which means overall distance to go is showing, oh, so we got 33, so about 71 miles, 71 nautical miles. And we're doing 120 knots. So you do the math.
Toronto Canadian 251, climbing through 10,000 to flight level 230.
You do the math while I do the math. So 71 divided by 120, so it should take us...
We're currently going to Rycombe and then as filed Canadian 251.
Canadian 251, roger.
35 and a half minutes. Cuckoo, ka-choo. Yeah, so doing about 100, almost 100 knots indicated. I can't complain about that much. And ground speed showing 120 even. Yeah, so 4 flight says 34 minutes to destination. 120 knots over the ground. Accurate to within a meter right now on our with the nav, so congrats to the autopilot for actually flying straight. The wind is really not pushing us all that bad either. Pretty much straight nuts on. I think the wind is coming pretty much from our back.
Canadian 251, contact Cleveland Center 128.625.
35 miles to the next waypoint.
1286, was that 25 Canadian 251?
128.625 for Canadian 251.
So we're well outside of the Buffalo airspace now, so we're definitely in
I'm really
Canadian
sorry,
town.
Can you repeat that? Someone was talking in my ear. Canadian 251.
Canadian 251, contact Cleveland Center 128.625.
128.625 Canadian 251. Thank you so much.
Nighttime on the lakes. The far side here, Lake Erie, you got Detroit, which you'll definitely not be able to see from here. Don't bother looking. You're not going to be able to see it. It's too far away. See, Detroit not getting much love tonight, unfortunately. Let's see, Burke Lakefront and Cleveland areas. Cleveland's getting a bunch of traffic. All right. The galley's nearly got dinner ready here. Yeah, Cleveland's getting a little bit of action tonight, which is nice. Pittsburgh is trying to get some, but they're nothing doing there at the Pittsburgh. Is this a New York event? It's got to be, because LaGuardia or Kennedy is just like popping big time right now. LaGuardia not so much. So Kennedy, lots of ATC, all the approaches. So Kennedy is on. Bradley looks like they're getting some action there. And Boston's where the traffic is. My goodness, the traffic in Boston. And Halifax getting a little bit of traffic going that way. And Montreal, a little bit of traffic. They don't get a whole lot too often. And CYYZ, definitely going to get some traffic. I think we're going to be seeing some arrivals, I think, as we go in there. We'll see. Mostly departures, it looks like, coming out of CYYZ, but there are some arrivals coming, and we are not fast, so I'm sure they'll catch us.
JetBlue 6263, contact Cleveland.
Fuel check here. Everything's looking good. I'll wait for this to get just below 20 gallons. We got so much fuel. This is not that long of a flight.
Center low, Walker 1411, passing 11.
Lake Ontario to the right, Lake Erie to the left.
Walker 1411, Toronto Center, good evening.
It's kind of interesting. I don't know anything about Canada. This all looks the same to me. It could be generic tiles, terrain tiles for all I know. "30 minutes even to destination," it says. I imagine we're going to get a bit of a wind shift as we make the turn around the corner at Hamilton. "26 miles till the Hamilton airport." See my glide. I was kind of looking for spots to land, and there's plenty of field out here. It looks like it's kind of marshy down there too. I could be wrong. There's plenty of fields, farmland out here. Probably really fertile sitting right between these two lakes. A lot of moisture in the air, I'm sure. Hey, Isaac, man, welcome back. Oh, wow. They turn off the power to fix some light switches. Well, good for you, man, Mr. Handyman. I am not at all insulted by your lack of attendance. We are doing pretty well. We've passed Buffalo. We're kind of like right in between Buffalo and Hamilton, Ontario right now. Flying along the edge of the southern edge of Lake Ontario to the right there, and off to the left we got Lake Erie. So going right up the inlet. 24 miles to go to Hamilton, and then we'll make the turn into Toronto, which you can kind of see the city lights from Toronto right over there. I just don't want to fly over this. When you're VFR, you don't want to fly over that. That's a very bad idea. Even IFR, you don't want to fly over that. You don't have the altitude for it.
United 647, Toronto Center, good evening. Walker 1411, contact Cleveland.
Hopefully your light switch project went well. You could pretty much do light switches hot, I think. I might have done them hot before. But yeah, if you're not super confident, then definitely don't do it. Don't ever do something like that hot. This is not real world electrical advice, by the way. Don't do what I'm telling you. I had to install a charger for our car in a garage on a 60 amp line. That thing's powerful. If I didn't turn the power off to that, I could have killed myself. So I definitely did not do that hot. Though I've seen people do it hot, which is just craziness to me. That's a lot of current. "21 miles. Gosh, man, our ground speed 121. We're really doing well. This is really going pretty darn well. I'm impressed with the speed we're getting. I think 6,500 was probably a really good altitude to pick. Yeah, about the same wind as we would have gotten at every other altitude. Upgraded one of those light switches with the flat buttons. Oh, awesome. Yeah, those things are pretty cool. So is it one where it's just one button and then you have like a little thing little things that kind of do the dimmer on the side of it, or was it just a single, was it a no dimmer switch? So I did jiggle the HSI a little bit, so I gotta kind of fix that. I don't know. I kind of messed it up. Yeah, that's probably good. We'll call it right there. I done messed it up, and I'm afraid that I caused irreparable damage to it. How do I dim these GTNs? These are way too bright.
United 647, contact Cleveland 128.625.
System, is there a nighttime mode? There's got to be a nighttime mode, right?
You have a good one, United 647.
Backlight. Alright, I think that's better. So we go down, system, backlight, mitigation. We want high. There we go. I like that. I like that very much. No dimmer. Okay. Yeah, those flat. I like those flat buttons though.
Air Canada 720, contact Cleveland 128.625.
Seems they feel way more modern.
128.
Now we've got some family friends that do these really old like plug style switches where they're just like round holes that one goes out and the other one goes in, and then you press one and then pushes it in to turn it on, and the other one pops out. Really cool looking. They cost a fortune to get those. They're not old switches. They are new switches that are designed to work and look like the old ones. I guess is what it is.
Heavy.
And UPS 91, expect runway 06 right.
Expect 6 right, UPS 91.
Eventually they're going to be giving us to approach here, I think. I don't know which approach it's going to be. Probably 132.8, I think. Let's get that tagged in here. 132.
UPS 91, contact arrivals 132.8. See it.
132.8, UPS 91 heavy, see it.
I imagine Hamilton's probably not under the Toronto ATC. I can probably try to cut this corner, but I don't see a whole lot of purpose. In fact, we're going to go over a little bit of water there, so maybe I'll just start cutting the corner in a little bit. I think go into heading mode and see if I can cut that. I don't know. Let's just stay the course. Let's just stay the darn course. What do you say? So the tailwind's coming from a little bit from the right side, so we're having to adjust a little bit of a crab. Not much though.
Scandinavian 1337 Toronto Center, good evening.
All right. Let's see.
Snare 17, Toronto.
Go ahead for snare 17.
Snare 17, what are your intentions, sir?
Right now, we're just going to overfly Hamilton on our way to Toronto. Just trying to stay off the lake here.
Snare 17, not a problem. I'm just trying to figure out where we're going to send you to with the traffic. Thank you.
My goal is to annoy them as much as I possibly can. I don't know if that's going to go over well.
Snare 17, rudder. Scandinavian 1337, contact Cleveland 128.625.
Another thing that I like about flying GA also is that I can use my YouTube, my streamer name as my call sign because it's the right number of letters and numbers. Or in the U.S. at least, it's kind of like a military flight call sign, but they don't stop anybody from using them on VATSIM. So everybody knows it's me. Look at all these viewers we've got. The whole world's watching, right? Oh, ew. There we go, let's get back inside. A rare hitting of the button on the flight stick. So yeah, I'm using the Airbus side stick right now because I'm too lazy to plug the darn yoke in, and that thing is cumbersome, and my kids are going to want to run up to it and drive it around like it's a race car. So who knows what that's going to do to the actual flight. Well, we can imagine what that'll do to the flight. Almost sounded like the Toronto Center controller getting a little suspicious. Say intentions. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. There's no arrivals coming to Toronto right now. It's like there's one guy like a few miles. It's like, no, there's two there. I guess that's 3 and 2 of them right now, but it's all gonna be departures. So we're not even gonna see an arrival push. We'll have to do some pattern work for them. Keep them busy. Keep them pestered. All right, what I do? We're what are we like 7.5 miles from this turn here at Hamilton. So I want to. Or flight. I'm going to bring up some charts for Toronto here. For Flight Canada subscription? You got to be kidding me, man.
Toronto departure, American 42, passing 11,000 for flight level 230.
American 42, Toronto Center, good evening.
So 4Flight doesn't like me flying in Canada. Let's see. Weather. 130 at 7. Well, I just got the dinner call, so I think we're going to be doing a full stop landing here in 20 minutes. 5.3 miles till Hamilton, which I think you could see it there. It's like right here in front of, we're right in line with the runway, in fact. One of the runways, anyway. Little bug on my monitor. Unacceptable. Hey, Sephiroth, good to see you, buddy.
Toronto Center, UPS 378, heavy descending, flight level.
Welcome aboard. Grab a seat. There's not many.
190.
But they're all empty.
UPS 378, heavy, Toronto Center.
Not so comfortable in the back there.
Continue descent 11,000, 11,000, altimeter 30.
I think we're ready for a little bit of mood lighting.
3002 and down to 11,000, UPS 378.
Oh yeah, it's much better having these dimmed as much as we have them now. I was getting a little on the bright side. So I'm not sure they actually auto-dimmed at all. Arrival at waypoint. Very nice. Very nice. Keep up the good work.
Toronto Center, Canada 1, sorry, good evening. Bonsoir with you. Climbing 1.
Yep, I'm on my way up to see Nomad. I'm going to try to cause them as much trouble as I possibly can. And
Air Canada, correction, American 42, contact.
I saw that he was doing it, and I was going to do a beach flight to the beach on the East Coast, but I said, you know what, he's going to want some traffic. He's going to want somebody pestering him there quite a bit, so that's what we're on our way to do. Departed Elmira, New York, which was the old FAA facility where I worked at before I moved here to Greensboro.
EPS 378, expect runway 1.
So I'm
and when able, let me know what approach you're planning.
Reliving a little bit of the nostalgia of 6.5 years ago.
2, and we'll plan for the ILS for UPS 378.
UPS 378, roger the ILS, runway 12.
Looks like they don't have a whole lot going on departure-wise, or like arrival-wise. It's all pretty much departures right now. I think there will be some arrivals coming eventually. So. Oh, there's our turn. Look at this steep turn. My goodness gracious.
UPS 378.
It went like it does like a double standard rate. That is aggressive. My goodness gracious. Ah, the CJ4. I haven't checked to make sure mine's working yet, but I'm glad you mentioned that. I will have to go in and verify that well, first of all, I'm verify that I have no idea what I'm doing, but try to get a feel for whether I actually have it loaded properly. I mean, it's in the folder, so I'm sure it does. It is proper. I'm sure everything's on the up and up. All right. Well, we've definitely lost that tailwind, and now we're having to crab a little bit to the right to stay on course here, and our speed is down to about 99 knots. We lost 20 knots. No more headwind or tailwind for us, guys. So it's going to take us a little bit longer. But I think it's saying about 19 minutes now to estimated time to arrival. Yeah, the glide bubble is definitely bigger to the west and the southwest of us. I've got 4-flight on right here next to me, so I'm kind of getting the real deal. Montreal to Greensboro. Oh, that's pretty cool.
Air Canada 108.
When's that going to be?
128.625.
128.625, Air Canada 108, thanks.
They've got to switch me to approach here at some point, right? I mean, I'm only 29 miles away from the airport. Maybe their airspace isn't that big. Alright, we're going to skip over there's a little bit of water here, but that's our glide bubble is barely even touched. I mean, we got plenty of glide range that we can avoid all of that, so I'm not worried. I'm going to go right up the coast, the western coast of Lake Ontario here, and right over to Toronto.
Toronto Blue 7 climbing flight level 230.
UPS 378, descend 3000.
3000, UPS 378.
Embraer Phenom he's flying. I recognize that voice from my Oakland Center days, I think. It's a very distinctive voice. Yeah, Cephas, when are you going to be doing that flight to Greensboro?
Toronto Center, good evening.
If it's very soon, then I'm probably not going to be able to join you because I got to do dinner here. Then I'll probably go pound the pattern. Oh, tomorrow. Okay. Well, it's Mother's Day tomorrow, so I'm going to be kind of tied up doing Mother's Day things. In fact, I got to go to the store tonight.
No, he's VFR. He's just flight following, but I'd like to be rid of him. He's coming into Charlie now. Snare 17, contact Toronto arrivals 132.8.
132.8, and we heard that last little bit there. So you're rid of us now. We'll catch you later. Thanks for the help tonight, and it's Snare 17 out.
Snare 17, right.
Busted. Ouch. Wants to be rid of us. Toronto approach, good evening. Snare 17 with you, about 6,400.
Snare 17, Toronto approach, good evening. Toronto arrival, descend 2,000, Toronto altimeter 3003.
So to maintain 2,000, Snare 17, and it was 299 or 3 on the altimeter.
Negative, altimeter 3003.
Well, that makes a difference. 3003, Snare 17. That's the problem. That'll make a difference, won't it? Okay, so I gotta turn that off. Let's start pulling some power. I don't see any reason to go down too fast here, so we're gonna do a kind of a slow a 2200 RPM descent. Should not descend us too quickly. About 100 knots even. Oh, what? Cool. Going to a little concert on Monday night, huh? All right, we'll figure something out, man. We'll get that flight going. I have to park over by customs. Not used to flying from international locations to Greensboro. All right, so I don't know much about this airport that I'm about to fly into. I should probably get on that, huh? I'm going to bring up Navigraph because my ForeFlight is trying to tell me that I need a what's it called? A subscription to look at the charts. So we're going to have to do something about this. There we go. Taxi, airport briefing. I don't need all that. Airport info is what I want. In fact, I got this last flight loaded here. I just want to unload all that. Unload flight. There we go. Okay, so airport info is the one I want. Yeah, the one I want. Yeah, the one I want. Flight. Okay, let's go ahead and put a flight in. Annual input. I'm not even IFR. Elmira. CYYZ. Boom. Create. Okay. And then go KBUF, CYHM, save. Alright. Doesn't, gosh, it wants you to put direct for everything. Direct. Whatever. Okay, so now we want airport info. Come on, bring it up. Do, do, do. All right, looking at the charts for the air report. What was that? Winds out of 130. So we'll probably be landing like, I don't know, 1.5s. Guess I should probably get an ATIS, huh? Arrival ATIS, there's only one ATIS, 120.85. And approach for Snare 17. Is it okay if I go offline for a minute to get the ATIS?
Snare 17, yeah, that's fine. Sure, Foxtrot is current.
All right, we'll pick up Foxtrot, Snare 17. All right, here we go. Aha. Okay, so I see what I did there. 825. Wrong frequency.
IELS runway 5. Simultaneous parallel IELS and visual approaches are inch progress. Departure runway 5. Toronto International Information Foxtrot. Weather at 0000. Surface wind 140 degrees, 7 knots. Visibility 15 meters. Clouds sky clear. Temperature +11. Dew point -5. Altimeter 3003. The primary approach is IELS runway 6 right. The secondary approach is IELS runway 5. Simultaneous parallel IELS and visual approaches are inch progress. Departure runway 5. Toronto International Information Foxtrot. Weather at 0000. Surface wind 140 degrees, 7 knots. Visibility 15 meters. Clouds sky clear. Temperature +11. Dew point -5. Altimeter 3003. The primary approach is IELS runway 6 right. The secondary approach is IELS runway 5. Simultaneous parallel IELS and visual...
I can't listen to that anymore. All right, Snare 17 has information Foxtrot requesting practice ILS runway 5 if we can get it.
Snare 17, yeah, that's probably approved. I'll send you over to Tower here and you can make your request for them. You can contact Tower 18-7.
118.7, snare 17. Okay. So the tower is going to be doing this, huh? Wow, they just don't want to work me at all. It's brutal. It's brutal, man. Alright. I've got to... get my AGTs up. Toronto Tower, hello. Snare 17 with you. Requesting a practice ILS for runway 5, if I can get it.
Snare 17, Toronto Tower. Good evening. Squawk Cadet, altimeter 3003.
I didn't. Snare 17.
Snare 17 identified there, 14 miles outside the Toronto airport there. You say you want to practice ILS 05?
Affirmative for Snare 17.
Snare 17, okay. And you can make the left turn during the ILS runway 05 report on final.
I will turn left to join the ILS for runway 5 and we'll report final. Snare 17. What the? Y'all not do vectors for practice approaches in Canada? I mean, come on, guys. Wow. Okay. Anyway. All right. So we're going to go to the procedure page here. No. Approach. Approach. That was 5. CGAM. Select transition. Load approach and activates. There we go. Direct the ZGAM. Good. Well, that worked well. Center controller's having a little laugh. Alright, I'm going to put us on like a 300. Like a 290 heading, I think, here. We'll do better. I'm going to vector us the final.
17 from Tower, how long of final are you looking for here?
We're just looking at that. I think I'm going to try to make it about a 10 just outside of Dolpa.
Okay, if you give me your best forward speed, I got 777 traffic coming in.
Best forward speed, Snare 17. Move your butt is the word, I guess. So I'm going to bring it right to like a 310. Gosh, this is difficult to do. I need an HSI. Alright, let's bring up the chart for ILS 5. Currently vectoring outside of Dulpa. I am shocked that they're not giving me vectors here. Y'all do things way different in Canada. Alright, crossing altitude at Kerpu is what, 2,000 feet? Is that what it says?
Toronto Tower, good evening. American 452 taxiing on hotel for runway 05.
Oh, this is...
American 452 Tower, good evening. Line up runway 05.
I'm way fast.
5.05 American 452.
Tower unit is the company American 494 beyond the company.
American 494 Toronto Tower, thanks.
Alright, 109.7. Transfer. There we go. Okay, got deflection. Final approach course 057, so I'm turning right to 030. And then arming approach. Okay. Kind of underdid it there, didn't we?
Back in 452, fly runway heading with 1307, please take up runway 05.
Clear for takeoff 0551 right, heading American 452.
Back in 494 tower, line up runway 05.
Line up 05 behind the company, American 494.
Watching this and this here. I got two different indicators. Ready to do a little practice ILS approach. Oh wow. I didn't realize I was only doing 88 knots.
Back in 494, line up runway 05 at Hotel 4.
Yep, we're lining up 05 at Hotel 4, American 494.
Alright, I really got to bring some nose forward here. Jeez.
Back in 452, departure 128, good.
Repeat departure again for 452.
128,
Alright, here comes glide slope.
1288, American 452. Thanks, Max, good night.
American 494, the wind is 1307, fly runway heading, please take up runway 05.
Landing lights on, fuel pump on.
Take up, we'll fly the runway heading, American 494.
Basically on the glide path now.
And Fox uniform, Mike uniform, trying to tell you VFR to them? It's an IFR flight, so uniform, Mike uniform, I'm ready to take off. Uniform, Mike uniform, roger, check full code please, 6213. 6213, uniform, Mike uniform.
Snare 17 established on final.
Snare 17, report your intention.
I'll view full stop landing then to the north FBO for Snare 17.
Snare 17, roger, continue approach runway 05, just heavy traffic, about 15 miles in traffic.
Continue approach, Snare 17.
And uniform, Mike uniform, line up runway 05. Line up in away to uniform, Mike uniform. American 494, departure 1288, good.
28.8 departure, American 494, good evening.
A little high. This is our glide slope thing. It stinks, but that's
uniform,
what it is.
Mike, uniform. Caution weight from departed MV80 on departure left turn, early left turn heading 010, clear to take off on the 05.
Clear to take off 05 and 010 left turn, uniform, Mike uniform.
Walker 1192.
It's about as fast as I can go. The our ground speed is 99 and our airspeed is 110. So we're getting a nice stiff headwind right now. It's a quartering headwind too, because you can see we're crabbing out to the right. A little high. Increasing the rate of descent.
Walker 1192, the wind is 1307, fly runway heading. Traffic on climb answer is also take up runway 05. By runway heading, clear for takeoff 05, Walker 1182.
Uniform Mike, uniform departure 1288, good day.
Let out a little power. Yeah, we're catching up now a little bit. 102 knots, alright, so the wind's getting a little calmer as we get closer to the airport.
17 MD80 rolling ahead with 1307, clear land runway 05.
Traffic in sight, clear to land runway 5, snare 17. Right on glide path basically now. Alright, not quite time to start, it's about the time to start slowing down, I think. Alright, so I'm going to disengage autopilot, which is very dangerous at this point, but we're going to try to hand fly it in. Okay. Mainly I'm trying to bring the nose up, because I've got to really start slowing down. Alright, here we go. Bring power way back. Good on glide path. I've got to get us in the wide arc.
Walker 1192, contact departure 1288, good day.
Alright, there's wide arc.
128.8, have a good night, Walker 1192.
First notch of flaps is in. Trying to pitch for 75 knots. There we go. Got ForeFlight talking to me here. A little under speed. All right, and second notch of flaps. Pitch for 70. A little on the high side and way left, obviously. Alright, gotta get a little bit of rudder in. A little bit of rudder. Okay, I can't move this thing hardly at all. There we go. Side stick is like right up against the iPad. Still a little low, a little extra power, and we're gonna go flaps 3.
765 Heavy is at the outer marker for runway 05.
It's nice how it becomes
765 Heavy, Toronto Tower, good evening, wind is 1307, number 2.
so much more stable when you get that last bit of flaps in, but then when you really slow it down to approach speed, like
765 FM, you are cleared land runway 05.
60, 65 like we are now, all of a sudden, man, it gets sloppy. There we go. See, it is everywhere, and our approach speed's pretty high because we're getting pretty heavy right now. All right, and waiting for it, kicking the rudder. Not bad at all. All right, I'm gonna get some brakes on and try to give Nomad a little help here. Got a guy over the marker.
Sir 17, okay, make it a right turn onto Juliet, and then the ground's 12165. We'll see ya.
12165 for ground as we make the left turn here to Juliet for snare 17. Thanks for the help. We'll see you later.
Yeah, make sure you go right on Juliet, please.
Yeah, I don't think left will take us to the right spot. All right. 12165.
Toronto Tower, good evening, Exec 328, final.
That wasn't bad, right? That wasn't too bad.
Vector Jet 328, Toronto Tower, good evening, wind 1307, cleared land runway 065.
So we have a FedEx coming in behind us. That's one of the reasons you kind of wanted us out of the way.
28
taxi, you can continue on hotel.
I guess that's him?
Short 1805.
That doesn't seem right.
Continue on to hotel, hold short 05, 428.
Toronto ground, hello. Snare 17, parking, off runway 5 at Juliet 2, and taking Juliet, looking for North GA.
Walker 1837, hold position.
Holding Walker 1837.
Air Canada 411, contact Toronto Tower 118.
We timed that well because there came FedEx.
Copy that. Contact Tower 118.17. Thank you. Have a good night.
Air Canada 834, contact tower on 118.7.
118.7, Air Canada 834, thanks.
WestJet 246, contact tower 118.7.
118.72, Toronto Tower, we'll see you.
Snare 17, Roger, Toronto ground, taxi to the North GA via Juliet, cross runway 15 right, apron your discretion.
Juliet, cross runway 15 right, apron our discretion for Snare 17, thank you.
JetBlue 1228, contact
All
tower
right, so let's bring the old flaps down.
Over to tower, thanks to the ATC. Appreciate you guys doing the event today, 1228.
And we're taxiing like a bat out of hell here. Yeah, that was not a bad approach overall. I mean, it's so hard to hand fly an ILS approach in a sloppy airplane like this, especially when it's dirty, like we were. You got the flaps down, and oh man, it gets sloppy. But and Groundus, is FedEx going to be coming our way here for Snare 17? Yes, that's the answer.
Snare 17, the FedEx should be holding short of Juliet.
Thank you. All right. So I know I'm passing the FedEx ramp right now, so I was like, I want to make sure I don't mess this up. All right, fuel pump we turn off. We did a pretty decent job balancing out the fuel. Here goes a departure.
Toronto ground, Walker 671, signature ramp with Foxtrot taxi.
Walker
Approaching runway 15
right.
right.
Roger, there's going to be an aircraft coming into the apron there in just a moment, so stand by for now.
Thank you to 4Flight for letting me know. Hi, Mr. FedEx man.
Toronto ground, good evening, check. 328,
don't want to get any closer.
just cross runway 6 left.
ExecJet 328, Toronto ground, hello, Seapark.
Thanks for waiting for me, sir.
Signature, please, north of the complex.
Charter gun FedEx 765 Heavy, we're on top. We just saw that Cherokee go by. We good to go to parking now.
Smart.
FedEx 765, sorry, there was chatter on my SA again, please.
The Cherokee traffic on Juliet has passed me. May I proceed to parking now, FedEx 765?
FedEx 765, Toronto ground, affirm you can continue on Juliet and cross runway 15 right to the FedEx apron discretion.
Okay, Juliet, cross 15 and on to the FedEx apron, 765.
ExecJet 328, taxi to...
I don't know if this is right. I probably should have just
ramp via Alpha.
Taxied elsewhere,
Delta,
but oh well.
33 right and hold short runway 05.
Alpha Deltas and runway 15 and hold short of runway 23.
Looks like as good a spot as any to sit and watch the traffic, right? Somebody else coming out of GA over there.
Toronto ground, Walker 767, Sky Service with Foxtrot, taxi to runway 05.
All right, so we got the parking brake set. Feed off of
Walker
them.
76.
Turn the landing light
Walker
off and
7, Toronto ground, hello. Runway 05, altimeter 3004, taxi via Echo Alpha, Echo Golf Hotel, cross runway 33 left, hold short 1005.
awesome. Well, that was fun.
Echo Alpha, Echo Golf Hotel.
I was a bit surprised that approach didn't give us the practice approach that we wanted.
Cross runway 15, right for Walker 767.
I was kind of looking for vectors to final.
Walker 767, apron.
Didn't really get that.
Echo Alpha, Echo Golf Hotel, and
That's all right.
15, right Walker 767.
Turn the avionics off here. I'm going to shut it down. I'm going to go grab some dinner here for a little bit. Then I'll come back and maybe do some pattern work and really tick them off here at Toronto if they even allow it. And so thanks for joining me for that little flight. That was a good time. Nice little VFR flight from Elmira, New York to Toronto. And I think we did quite well. So I'm pretty pleased. Thanks again for joining. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I will hopefully see you again in a little bit. So cheers until then.